Hey guys, Loco here with another Loco recap. For you today, I have the match of the week, TSM versus C9. TSM's been on a 4-game winning streak, and C9 is undefeated in LCS, and it's C9 versus TSM. I think the original rivalry that was really big in North American League of Legends was TSM versus CLG, but when CLG kind of faded and C9 came as like the new competitor to TSM, that's been the de facto rivalry. And it's been a long time since these two teams were the two best teams in the league. With Team Liquid taking a dip, even with Broxa coming in, it's going to take them a while to figure things out. This was the best two teams going at it. It was anticlimactic though, and one team just smashed the other. And I'll tell you guys why. The game was pretty much over even before it started. So, as always, let's get started with the draft. If you look at the bans from C9, it's actually very typical and very expected of what C9 normally does. They like banning out comfort champs from the other team on blue side, and that's exactly what they did. Syndra, a Bjergsen classic. Xayah is the champion that Kabe kind of falls back onto whenever he feels like he needs to carry, and it's the champion that they've been having the most success on. Ornn isn't really a Broken Blade comfort champion, but it's just a good champion in the meta right now, and I think it gives TSM, the team fighting team, the best shot against Cloud9. As for TSM, the Rumble ban, something that C9's been liking. Aphelios ban, now that we have Senna nerfed on 10.3, Aphelios is the de facto best AD carry, and they don't want Zven to have it. And also the Soraka. It seems like Broken Blade isn't going to be playing Soraka, that's just what I'm guessing. When we get into the draft itself, C9 opens up with the first pick Set. It's a champion that Broken Blade also likes playing. And also, Set allows a lot of flex picks. He can go jungle, he can go mid, he can go top lane, so not that big of a surprise there. But when we get onto TSM's side and we see that they replied with Akali, this was where I was kind of scratching my head. Akali did get some minor buffs on 10.3, but I still don't think she's really professional play viable. And also, it's not like she's a great champion into Set. I do understand that TSM used to be the best Akali Irelia team in 2019, but Akali isn't what she used to be, so I was really surprised to see them take Akali this early. Rest of the draft is pretty normal, but I think the second phase of the ban was somewhat interesting. Yasuo, because they probably don't want to allow TSM the Yasuo Gragas combo. Pantheon is actually the best counter into melee carries, and Niski loves his melee carries, so yeah, the Pantheon ban was for that. For TSM though, I think the Olaf ban is really questionable. I would have loved it if they did the Elise ban. Lee ban I can understand somewhat. Blabber loves playing Lee. But yeah, I think it was really obvious that it was going to be Elise as the go-to pick for Blabber. And for them to opt out of banning Elise to ban Olaf, which is really puzzling. Especially when they already have Set an AD solo lane locked in. I think the Elise ban was so obvious to do there. But here comes the worst pick of the entire freaking draft, the Renekton. I think Renekton's place in the meta was, I'm a dominant top laner combined with Elise and Talia, and I can force the level 3 dives again and again and again. And it is nearly uncounterable to play versus. But it is not that Renekton anymore, and it's most likely going to be Renekton mid into Qiyana. He's doing the job that Pantheon would have done, but he's much weaker at it. Also, I just don't think Renekton as a champion is that strong anymore, because even when you do get a lead, your item build isn't what it used to be. Shojin Rush on Renekton just completely changed the champion. It allowed him to teamfight effectively, it allowed him to side lane effectively. He would be so mobile by being able to get his E up faster, and also having the W up faster, having the Q up faster just meant so much. And yeah, this version of Renekton without Shojin and with the nerfed Conquerors just is not the same kind of monster he used to be, so I was shocked to see TSM take Renekton here. Because now if you look at TSM's comp, it's a very go-in comp. It's a very divey comp. C9 on the other hand has a comp that can actually play really well into that. Set, very tanky, extremely hard champion to burst. I mean, Tahm Kench also really tanky, and Tahm can save the Varus. Elise, while she's squishy, because she's going to build Zanya's, and she has Repel, she actually buys so much time in teamfights. And same for Qiyana, due to her invisibility and mobility, she's also an incredibly hard champion to burst out. So overall, TSM has a comp that's supposed to dive and burst people, but C9 has a lot of defensive tools. So yeah, I think TSM really entered with their draft, and it's really questionable what they did with not banning Elise and picking Renekton. So let's get started with the game, but really think about what I said in draft, because it's going to really show in game what happened. We can see Dardoch recalling on the top side of the jungle, and we have Blabber and Niski coming in on Bjerg. Bjerg had its wave in a bad spot, and he has to run away from both Niski and Blabber. He's not going to win the 2v1, and he's going to get chunked up pretty hard and is forced to burn Flash. And for Renekton, the champion that's supposed to dominate Qiyana, this is really, really bad for Bjerg. Now Nifki can keep the wave frozen. He can back once he has his entire wave shoved in. He's just in such a nice spot after that play. But good thing for TSM though. Blabber is going to contest Dardoch on this Scuttle. Elise is really strong at level 3. But the problem is Bjergsen recalled, was able to get a second Dorian's. And Nifki was keeping the wave frozen, so Bjerg is going to be the first one to arrive. And yeah, Blabber's going to get bursted down. Dardoch's not going to get killed either. And they committed way too deep trying to get that kill. Nifki doesn't have any escapes left. And Bjerg's going to be able to kill him too. C9, all you guys had to wait was Nifki to back afterwards, and Blabber, you got that chunk you needed on Dardoch. You didn't need to commit for the Scuttle. They just threw away their entire early game lead because Blabber was too greedy for the Scuttle. So here we have TSM looking for a bot side gank. It's really important that this gank works out. Biofrost leads with Hook, and now Dardoch coming in. Here's the really crucial thing that happened. Dardoch's E doesn't connect, and Vulcan's able to flash out, and Ziben's able to land a root on Dardoch right after. If Dardoch was able to predict Vulcan was going to flash and he followed up with E flash, he would have been able to knock up both Vulcan and Ziben, and he could have followed up with ult. But because Dardoch just went for his E, now he's rooted in place, and let's see how the rest of this gank is going to play out. He ults Vulcan outside of Misfortune's ult, and now Ziben's able to return damage on both Kabe and Bio. And yeah, TSM's the one ending burning flash and getting pushed out of lane. This was so crucial for TSM to get this gank to work. Nifki comes in, he's going to be able to get a kill on Kabe, not able to get the second kill on Biofrost, and you can see Blabber shifting into mid lane to pick up the farm to make sure there isn't that much gold loss. Nifki trying to get cheeky there but ends up dying. But yeah, this was such a nice situation for C9. They're able to turn around the gank and get control on bot side. And also, Nifki, who was getting crushed by Bjergsen in the mid lane, is able to find a play and get back onto the game. Now, C9 has the priority from being able to get ahead on bot side, and they're going to lead it straight into the Scuttle play, and TSM's going to respawn. So, C9 members overstay to make sure they can get the waves all the way pushed in, and now TSM has control, and they're going to be the ones starting Herald. And this fight is really all about how TSM control this choke point, and what happens when they stop controlling the choke point. So if we look here, TSM's comp has Nautilus, Misfortune, Gragas. The champions are so good at controlling the small choke points, like the ones leading up to Herald. And also, there's no wars behind TSM, so it's not like Licorice can flank by teleporting behind them. So it's going to be really, really crucial how C9's going to approach this fight. Let's see how it plays out. They're trying to approach through the small choke. Bio's going to lead with the hook, and then the Misfortune ult is going to follow. I really don't like how Dardoch ulted here. He actually ends up ulting the Tahm Kench out of the Misfortune ult and also the small choke point. And yeah, he just had no reason to ult. It was just out of habit, I would imagine. And Nifki here is looking for a good angle, but Bjergsen's going to be able to cut him off. And also, if Dardoch has the ult, it's really dangerous for Nifki to come around like this too. So I just think it's a really bad usage of ult from Dardoch, but great controlling of the choke point from rest of TSM. Yeah, Vulcan really should have died here. Burning time with stopwatch. Broken Blade actually hit by Varus ult, and he's out of the fight. Now TSM has Herald, and they're chasing in without crucial ultimates into the small choke point that we were talking about, and it's just so puzzling. You already have Herald. You won the fight. You used your ultimate. Why are you guys overstaying? I mean, I think this is where the game is just really over. TSM threw away what little leads they have, and now C9 is going to be in full control for pretty much the rest of the game. Here we have Bjerg and Dardoch trying to dive Nifki, but it's honestly really hard to dive a Qiyana because she has really good wave clear, and the grass element giving her invisibility makes her such a hard target to focus down. So Nifki's going to respond by spotting out Dardoch here with the red trinket, and the R flash into the Qiyana combo means Dardoch dies without any kind of counterplay. This is just what happens when Qiyana is able to ambush a squishy target. She just leaves them without any source of counterplay, and she can insta-burst them from 100 to 0. So TSM doesn't have an option to just try to scale out C9, so they have to pretty much take every fight that's possible. And you can see C9 doing their classic formation. 4 people on one side, Licorice on the other, and let's get this flank going. They pincer in from both angles, Licorice gonna go straight in for Kabe. And yeah, even though Kabe flashes out, Licorice is gonna be able to chase her down with his own flash. And they are able to kill Niski, but yeah, TSM, you're not winning that fight. It's no counterplay. You're the ones getting outscaled. You're the ones weaker now. TSM just has already lost the game, and they're just playing it out because it's LCS and they can't type FF. So the next dragon is up, and this dragon is going to be able to give C9 Mountain Souls. So once again, TSM has no options, but they have to come in for this. C9 starts it up. They have Licorice coming in from the left, and they have Niski actually on the flank this time. All Niski has to do is look at Dardoch and Kabe. He doesn't even have to join the fight on the left side. All he has to do is zone out the people on the right side, and the rest of his team's going to win the fight for him. He sees that Bjergsen is in killable range, and he goes and kills Bjerg. And yeah, you can see how one person looking for a flank can zone out multiple people, especially when that one person is Qiyana, who has one-shot potential. Now, it looks like C9 is going to follow this up into a Baron. They have Bjergsen dead. I mean, they have decent Baron speed, I guess. Elise and Varus aren't that bad. And as always, C9 is going to be smart. They're going to make sure this isn't a 50-50. Elise can tank Baron pretty much forever with their Spiderlings. Tom Kinch can really help out the Baron tanking also. Yep, Niski and Licorice both looking to make sure it's not a 50-50. I mean, they just killed the jungler, so yeah. C9 making sure they don't get lazy and doing everything step by step by step. This is going to be the final push of the game. Bifrost already used his Aftershock and Stoneplate already, so he's going to be a really squishy Nautilus. And yeah, C9 just dominated TSM. I think TSM really didn't have a shot with the draft they had, but still, we could have gotten something better than this. I hope you guys enjoyed this local recap. I was expecting a better game, honestly, and really, I think TSM isn't this bad. I don't think they're this much worse than C9. It's just their draft was so goddamn awful. I just still can't understand the Akali and the Renekton pick. It didn't really fit in the situation. They aren't particularly strong picks in the meta. I think they just really had a strong idea on how they wanted to play versus C9, and they wanted to be solo reliant. And they kind of scared themselves into going into these picks. I don't know. I'll find out one way or the other. But yeah, TSM's draft, this game was just god-awful. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap as always. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And leave me any kind of suggestions to make my content better. Or if you guys have new ideas on what kind of content you want to see from me. And one last thing, I'm not crazy. I'm just Loco. Bye.